everybody. Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy, and Steve Willits here is going to be our roaming down on the court reporter, along with a 5-tool player, Todd Elvig, from Henry M. Jackson High School in Mill Creek, Washington. Just a 30-40 minute jaunt north of the city of Seattle. It is District 1 3A Championship Basketball. Keith Nealy, how are you?
Boy, I'll tell you what, when did the calluses start on the derriere? We've been sitting in a gym a long time.
You guys, I'm the second shift. I'm on second shift tonight.
And doing a fine job. Boy, it has been playoff basketball. If you could draw up a championship night any better than the ones we've seen so far, you're in for a treat in the final here.
It's prime time, man. It is just, you can't find entertainment better than what we are seeing today, this week. Again, I was off in Las Vegas watching intently, and it was just spectacular games. Incredible effort, close, tough losses. Your Edmonds Woodway Warriors go down today in a valiant effort. Sad, as we said, coming into the tournament, it's just sad that anybody has to go home.
In that bracket specifically,
yeah,
the 3A girls basketball in the Wesco district is none matched in the state of Washington. And I bet you that number 3 seed, the Arlington Eagles, that escaped with an overtime win over the Edmonds Woodway Warriors. If you're a number 1 seed in some other district and you see the Eagles coming, boy, fear.
Fear's in your eyes.
It is.
But the girls' game earlier here today, Linwood Royals get the win. They're the District 1 champs, 48-42 over Glacier Peak. A heck of a ball game, went down to the wire as well. Our last game of the evening here, 8 o'clock Pacific time, is Glacier Peak and Stanwood. And we're going to rise for the national anthem. And we'll be back with tip-off here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. It's the Spartans and the Grizzlies, and again, I obviously am very familiar with Glacier Peak coming into this championship game. Keith Nealy, you just called Stanwood Spartans, and let's set the table here for the Spartans.
Boy, Stanwood came into the tournament. They had to get past the Arlington Eagles to get to the championship game, a game that we were able to call here on STSPN partially, along with the Fox Sports 1380 simulcast. And boy, a great matchup, and it came down to a very full fourth quarter of basketball for the Stanwood Spartans. You need to look at 3 guys, really. Quentin Borseth, a 6'3 sophomore. Scout Robertson, a senior at 6'5 who plays the post. But the main man, the guy, the champion for the Spartan team, is Karsten Chaplick. Scored 25 points the other night, and he is one of those guys that is crafty. You have to watch him on all facets of the ball game.
The buzzer beater. As the tip is up, Martinka, and it goes to Grant Peltier. Now, Grant Peltier got hit in the chops for their win against Marysville Pilchuck, and wasn't sure if he had to wear a mask tonight or not. I don't see anything on him, so he's going to be a little tender as the pass goes off Zach Hatch, who went off the other night, yesterday, or no, when was that? What day is it, Keith?
Would have been
Saturday.
Yeah, it would have been Thursday night.
Thursday night with 6 threes in the first half, I believe. Stanwood in the white, Glacier Peak in the blues. There's Martinka, has some size, tries to get through and no good, and it's tipped back in by Hatch to Roberson, but it didn't. Oh no, they did reset the clock. Borseth, and there's Big Roberson. Nailed it. Where's the beard, though? I like the beard last year.
Boy, he had it there for a little while early on in the tournament. So this is a new phenomenon.
Grant Pilter on the other side, just here. Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy, Steve Willits out there, and here's Guffey for 3. Justin the Hitman Guffey. And Chaplik on the other side. And who are they going to call? They call offensive.
Setting the tone early on the player control foul right there as Chaplik leaned in, made a lowered his shoulder, back shoulder, leaning in on the defender. And of course the referees want to make sure that they have a very firm footing on a district championship matchup.
First foul here for the Spartans. That zone defense, Grant Peltier out in the front. Now they go deep over to Zach Hatch. Hatch! The mid-range jumper, sometimes you don't know if he knows how to do that. Hit so many threes.
Or any team for that matter. So almost a lost art, that mid-range, that 8-10 footer.
Meanwhile, Chaplik can't hit it from way downtown. Martinka and Borseth there stepped out of bounds. It'll be GP ball.
I like how GP setting the tone, had a turnover to start their very first possession of the ball game. A lot of times that can really play in the minds of a team, but they come right back out and hit 2 straight jumpers.
GP, the guests here tonight, 5-2, 5:54 left in this just first quarter of the District 1 championship game. Glacier Peak 11-1, 18-4 overall. Stanwood 10-0 in the 4A North, 18-4 as well. And that tipped off, so Guffey's okay, but the shot clock at 2. Hatch.
Didn't hit rim.
And they're just kind of blowing the air out. You can see the anxiousness, the nervousness. They don't have their legs, their wind. Martinka breaks it back down. Now back over McDonald. 34 Roberson, the only 2 tonight. Martinka, 6'4", got some height on Grant. Grant, nice interior pass, but Roberson cannot deliver.
Good defense, and they're able to put the big man in the paint. Middendorf able to get a big pop-up on it. Alter the shot just enough, and GP doing right what they want to do. They need to get an answer here and see if they can get a timeout out of Stanwood.
Middendorf had it, no look. Brady Souther wasn't looking for it the other way. Roberson, a big rebound. Martinka. And already I can see on the Stanwood players, they're questioning calls. That's rare, isn't it, Mr. Nealy?
Boy, you can put a big divide down the court in any of these district matchups as far as what the opinions are on any particular call. And they're vocal for some reason.
That is weird, isn't it? Brady Southern gets his first, the 6'4" senior. Scout Roberson, all the points for the Spartans so far tonight. Can't hit the second. Brady with the rebound. Starters, Grant Peltier in the blue Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Guffey, Southern, Middendorf, and Hatch. Middendorf with the ball on the far side, trying to spin the dial. Guffey! Oh, and look out, Guffey.
He's feeling that already this early in the ball game. You got to find him the rock the next time down the floor. Do not waste any time. Don't waste time trying to get it inside. Just find out that kid's number, where he is on the court, and let him have the ball.
Chaplik takes it hard to the rim, and he cannot get the bucket, but he draws the foul on Justin the Hitman Guffey. Karsten Chaplik. What a player.
As I mentioned, he's a crafty type of ball player. Perhaps a bit undersized, but He has incredibly fast first steps, and he has a court IQ probably like none other on the court.
Misses the first, but he hits the second. 8-4 right now. Glacier Peak on top, 4:17 in this first quarter. District 1 3A Boys Championship. Middendorf, cross court. Hatch. Can't get it. Big rebound by Brady Southern. He kisses it off the glass.
Southern established position underneath long before that shot went off. And you knew that if it was going to be short, he was going to be there for the rebound.
Way downtown is McDonald, and that's a three. These Spartans can shoot the rock. 10-7 now, GP on top. Southern, Middendorf, lose the handle. Saw it, might have been traveling, but he gets away with it and he hits it.
You imagine this shooting going on all night, Scott, we're going to have one whale of a game. Not a lot of missed opportunities on either end. With if an open shot is there, players aren't afraid to take it, and they're falling.
And A.J. Martinka slashes through the key. Draws the foul first on Peltier, and he hits that one. A.J. Martinka.
Doesn't score a lot, but is a good defender, long arms out there in the passing lanes, and is very adept running the point.
Perfect from the charity stripe. Martinka with 2. Now the lead, 12-9 for Glacier Peak here. 3:24 left in the first quarter. Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy will go to Steve Willits on the court here shortly with the 5-tool player, Todd Elvig. Guffey, can he hit 3? Not this time. Brady, though, a hustle rebound. Again, they thought he should get called for traveling.
Just stepping over lines.
Grant Peltier finds an opening. Dishes to Brady. The dribble drive and the dish.
That's what penetration will get you. Draws that double team and able to get Southern open on that left-hand block. Southern knows what to do with it.
Back out for the Spartans now. 14-9, Glacier Peak on top, 2:44. Martinka, really a great driver. This time he can't get it to Chaplik. Brady Southern thinks he's a 4-5 foot guard, and he goes up with the roller, no good.
Chaplik doing a good job of getting underneath on defense, just enough to get Southern out of his comfort zone.
Chaplik with no scores right now. Driving is number 5, Chase. Strebe. And that'll go on Middendorf first.
Strebe with 4 points in the semifinal matchup, and they were big points.
Roberson, what a shot from the top of the dome.
That's very Duncan-esque, the kind of spot up. Didn't quite hit glass like a Duncan does, but very nice above the head shot. Great backspin.
Got a high release. Brady down low, tries to go in, and there were 16 on the shot clock. Have a packed house here. What a great night for high school basketball, Keith Nealy.
Top to bottom. This is what every team, when they start the season, has on their goal list right here, is playing in front of a crowd exactly like this. And the other side of that, if you're a player on the court, you never forget what this is. This will stay with you for a lifetime.
Oh, yeah. And in the ball game right now for GP fans, the latest hero, Brendan Tatro, number 20. Boy, he is timely lately in his 3-ball performance, and he has been big in the stretch here. Brady Southern, 1 second. Did he get it off? Do they count it? Zach Ward, the head coach, he says they shouldn't have, but they're going to give him the bucket. What do you think, Keith?
I think it was right at the release, so a judgment call. You got to go with the referee.
And Martinka comes back right the other way. A nice little layup off the glass. Hatch, boom, baby.
They're shooting very well on each side. It's just it's a march up and down with timely shooting, and you're gonna have to stop this kid right now if you're Glacier Peak.
What a dribble, drive, ankle breaker, crossover moved by A.J. Martinka. Now he's getting hot.
There's no reason that kid should be deep in the paint as far as he is on almost every possession when he starts out there. Glacier Peak has got to start on defense on him long before that.
Grant Peltier cuts through, tries to get the ball off. He draws the foul, and that's going to be on Roberson.
Calls on number 34, Scout Roberson, his first
6'5" senior Roberson here last year. He's got the 5 o'clock shadow going. 45.7 seconds inbound to Brady, gets the player way up, can't get the bunny, and Tatro there gets tangled up. And here comes the Spartans, 34.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Back out now to Kelly. Over now. Martinka, he's been on fire. He takes Guffey, stops, drops. Cannot get the roll, but Wilholm in there, they grab it. Now here's Peltier. Hatch.
One of those plays that you never give up. You don't know what the situation's going to be, and if you put energy into it, you're going to make your own luck, and that's what GP did just there.
3-ball corner, got it! Ploutz gets it. Cameron, the sophomore, with a big 3-ball. It was 5 there, 20-18. They draw within 2. Do I even have to say don't go anywhere? This one could be interesting. You're watching the Snohomish Times. We're back. Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy, the 5-tool executive producer Todd Elvig here in a packed gym. It's hot here, Keith Nealy.
In more ways than one, both literally and figuratively. The games that we've seen today have just been absolutely amazing, and it started right off the bat with that 2 o'clock game, the final in overtime. Arlington 57-52. They will be the third berth to state, the Eagles. And then the next game it was a win by, boy, who was that? I had it written down here. 49-46. The boys' consolation.
Martinka in, Plutz back out. Bryson Kelly, now number 4. Austin Wilholm, the sophomore, 6'4" sophomore. And the Spartans here, 19 on the shot clock. Martinka breaks down Peltier. Now he goes into Wilholm. Wilholm traveled. They're going to get a call. Took some steps in the sophomore.
I like the way that the Spartans are dictating pace through the first 8 minutes and change. But it's been the hot shooting of Glacier Peak that's kind of kept them on their heels.
Zach Hatch with a big 3, and Guffey, though, coming in big right now. 2 3-balls. As he's got the ball, and he just looked away for a second, and there's a turnover by Glacier Peak. Can't have it with a strong team like the Spartans.
No, and again, the way I said they're dictating pace, you watch the almost willful tiptoe through the key by Martinka on almost every possession. And the Spartans running their half-court offense like they are the number 1 seed.
Martinka driving again, gets Peltier to lean, and Peltier a very good defender, but Martinka having his way right now, and he ties it up 20-20 with 7:03 left in the second.
Tough draw if you're an undersized defender. You've got a very quick and very long, lean Martinka to contend with. You're going to have to stop him before he puts the ball on the deck.
19 on the shot clock. Zach Hatch went off, had a Hatch Fest, a Hatcherama the other night. Brady thinks about it. Tatro, 9 on the shot clock. Hatch thinks about it, now to Tatro. Can't find the rim there, big rebound. And here come the Spartans, tied up 20-20. Martinka draws the foul, the lean, won't get the bucket, but will head to the line.
Brian Hunter not happy with that call. Shakes his head. But you're going to have to prove something now if you're Glacier Peak. Martinka's going to keep getting the benefit of the doubt. If he's given the daylight that he's been given there, crashing in through the key.
And Martinka, really the difference so far, Keith. He misses the front end of that one.
Make somebody else beat you at this point in time.
He is forcing things. I mean, the all-star Carson Chaplik hasn't really been involved too much. He's not even on the floor.
Yeah.
Jinx. 1 for 2 for Martinka. Peltier up top with Southard. Back out to Hatch. Guffey can't get that one. Big rebound, Tatro. Hatch, 3-ball corner, pocket! Hatcherama!
Hatch with 9, and that was all done first by the offensive rebound by Tatro. The big body found the spot up of Zach Hatch in that deep corner and had a chance to turn around and just put up the deuce, but why not? Fire it out there and get the 3-ball.
Timeout on the court. We'll step away on STSPN.com. I guess we're not stepping away, Keith.
No, we are firmly supplanted.
Is in our heads. There's Lisa Zanal. We want to give a shout out to her dad out in Wenatchee, battling some illness out of the hospital there. Oh, it was a skiing accident. That's right. We said the first game. Todd Elvig yelling. He thinks I remember things that happened like 45 minutes ago. No. If it was how much somebody had, how many points they scored, I might remember that. I want to get down to, where'd Steve Willits go? The roaming Steve Willits. Okay, Martinka, now he's double teamed. Back out. Plots Roberson in the corner, getting the business from Tatro. Tapped, and here comes Guffey. Turnover on the Spartan side, 21-23. GP up with 5:41 in the second quarter. Chaplik looks to go returning the ball game. Guffey finds Brady down, turns, spins, gets the roll.
Brady Southard impressed me the other night against Edmonds Woodway. The way he was so good at putting his body on somebody else and knew exactly where the rebound after rebound was coming off that rim, and there was Southard every single time. This time doesn't look like he's a bit surprised that Scout Robertson's giving him room.
Yeah, he is a beast down there, a wide body, 6'4", the senior quarterback on the gridiron, misses that one. Quietly has 8 points, another hustle rebound. Hatch! Zach Hatch was unconscious in this gym the other night, and he is on a roll. Double team in the corner now. Strebe back out, and a nice little drive and dish. And that's Borseth, his first bucket of the night.
It's amazing. If you would have told me that Quentin Borseth and Skoke Robertson would combine for 5 points through almost 2 quarters of basketball, I'd have thought you'd been nuts.
Peltier with a leaner, can't get it. Big rebound by Borseth. Finally gets it out to Kelly.
Chaplik only 1 point too. They haven't even gotten the big guys involved yet, Stanwood.
Borseth fighting him off, and there it is. Karsten Chaplik with his first bucket at 4:32 here in the second quarter.
Don't want to awaken the sleeping dogs too early here if you're Glacier Peak. But that'll help you a bunch. If you can get the big body of Southard heading to the rack with open lanes, he's going to bury him.
Brady Southard with 10 so far. Chaplik off rim, off tie. A big rebound. Martinka from 3. No, and Brady gets this one, and he'll draw the foul. The reach around.
Not the smartest foul by Bryson Kelly, who came into the ball game. Clearly, Southard had position, and all you're doing at this point in time is hurting your team by going through the top.
Brady Southard going to take a rest, bringing in Jake Middendorf, the other senior, and you look at the Spartans roster, Keith, and it's sophomore. Only Roberson and Chaplik here are the seniors. Is Tate Tro!
Glacier Peak needs to just keep on the gas pedal. They're up and have been up the entire half.
Brendan Tatro say, you ain't gonna cover me, I'm gonna release. And there's a nice looking, again, that lost art mid-range jumper by Borseth. 33-27, 3:30 left in the first half here, live from Jackson High School. Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy, Steve Willits, and Todd Elvig. Peltier, Hatch, fakes, drives, puts up a no-look running right-hander, didn't get it, looking for the foul, and it'll be Spartan ball.
Realized he was too deep, had needed one more step, but it picked up his dribble, and by that time you're running into the double team. The best thing you can do is try to get the runner high off the glass and see if you can't get help on a rebound. And Tatro was there, just knocked it out of bounds.
McDonald with the ball now in the white Spartan jerseys. 3:06 left in this first half. Chaplik back out now. Kelly back around. The Spartans 16 on the shot clock. 2:56 left. Now they go low into Borseth. But number 4, Austin Willonen there for the garbage pickup. Garbage, Keith.
He's been up above the rim more times than I can count. The last 2 trips, he was the one that knocked the ball clean on Tatro there on that last possession, and he's had very quality minutes, although hasn't played a lot of minutes. He's making what he's getting work for him.
Absolutely, another unforced Tatro turnover. It was by Tatro again. Brendan Tatro did not have a lot of varsity experience until around the last week of the regular season, and he has been setting the world on fire. McDonald driving deep. Now Chaplik tries to take Guffey, spins in the paint, rolls, gets the bucket. They're going to say he traveled as Chaplik with the pearly white smile into the bench.
And he'll come over and talk to the referee and ask the inevitable, what was that call? I don't think that's what it was. Now there was contact, and I think it could have been called either a block or a charge either way, but I didn't see the steps.
Peltier, Grant the senior, gets over. Tatro, Brendan Tatro.
A big-bodied 3 guy. Again, we talked about this during the Edmonds Woodway broadcast in the first round of the playoffs. He's got that big body. Does not look like he'd be hovering outside around the arc. But yet there he is, and he kind of lulls big men to sleep, I think, and gets wide open threes, and he makes guys pay.
He has been spectacular down the run as the Spartans run into a big crashing double team in the lane, turn it over. Grant Peltier now working on McDonald. Peltier over to Tatro. He likes it again. That one's not going to make it. Big rebound. And here comes the Spartans trying to get back. 36-29. Number 11, McDonald drives, beats the double team, and they're going to draw the foul. And Grant Peltier's. Nobody likes the sheriff tonight.
No, they're a lot of words being exchanged. Heck of a ball game so far, though, Scott. I have to say, coming into this, I did not expect it to be as close as it is.
Third foul for Grant Peltier. That's troubling defensively. He's their specialist. 3 ball for Chaplik. Can't get it front rim. Here comes Guffey. 1:08 left to go in the first half. Like you said, Keith, you know, the talk around the gym before as nobody gave GP much of a chance among the pundits here.
I think that's right, and of course, nothing is more fun than breaking brackets.
Guffey.
And breaking backs.
How about Justin Guffey? 3 from the triple line.
9 points. I said, get the guy the rock. He's got the hot hand, and I don't know it's just him.
McDonald can't get a 10-point lead. Great rebound by Borseth in there. And he works hard for a living underneath the bucket, and he'll come up empty-handed. GP ball, 32.9, a 10-point lead. GP, who'd have thunk it?
If you aren't built hard hat and work hard on every possession, this isn't the game for you.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to tell you that I'm gonna call Vegas here in a minute and take my bet off.
We don't condone it. Nice, wow, what a tough pass into Southern. Now it's way back out to Hatch. 16 seconds left in the half. Cross court. Tatro drives, and they got a foul on the court, on the floor before he made the move. Now the big fella hurt you from outside. There you saw a little footwork, a little quickness from the big guy.
Well, not only that, but smarts. You realize that his team probably had the last possession of the half. You're going to want to work it around and get even a better opportunity in the way these guys have been shooting. Frankly, you need to get a spot up three if you can get a guy open.
5 seconds, 3 seconds. And there's still the ball on the floor. Now everybody's making buzzer sounds in the crowd. And an unfruitful set offensively.
That's not what you wanted drawn up right there.
No, it wasn't how Brian Hunter likes it, but he will like the halftime score. We'll be back with a Action Jackson Plumbing halftime score report, and we're going to go right now. Head coach Brian Hill, unfortunately they lost earlier, but we'll go down to Steve Willits with Brian Hill. Steve?
All right, thanks, Scott. We are here at the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime report, talking to Brian Hill, the head coach of the girls team for Glacier Peak, team that lost a heartbreaker to Linwood in the championship game. And Brian, first and foremost, second place in a very, very tough district. You're still moving on to regionals. You have to be proud of the way the girls played tonight.
Oh, I'm really proud of the way they played tonight. They battled for 4 quarters, and it came down to Jordan Edwards hit a great shot, with about 30 seconds to go, and that kind of put us on our heels, and we had to make something happen quick, and 30 seconds left, just came up short.
Yeah, I mean, a month ago, we watched you play that same team, and you lost by 25. To see them come out and win a game by 14 and then take them right down to the wire, huge progress from that team all year long, really.
Oh, yeah, I can't be more proud of my team, and, they do what we ask them to do. They come to school every day. They go to practice. They work hard. And as a team, they really believe. And I believe in them, and they believe in me, and so we get a lot done.
You're much happier now that you don't have to go through the gamut here and play every other night. You get to take 5 or 6 days. I would say 5 or 6 days off, but really there's going to be a lot of practice. Excited for the regional game now?
Yeah, we kind of got into the locker room, and we were a little bit down, but it's like, okay, what's next? Okay, hey, we came up a little bit short, but there's a lot of basketball left to go. We want 2 more weeks of basketball, so the draw will come out later on tonight or tomorrow morning, so we'll figure out who we have, and we'll start to make our adjustments in our game plan.
And I have to ask you also, since we're watching the Glacier Peak boys right now, you teach at GP. What do you think of this first half so far?
Hey, the boys have been doing a great job, and everybody kind of thought they were going to be down all year, but they've kind of proved everybody wrong. They keep battling game in and game out, and for them to be up 10, against Stanwood, who's a fantastic boys basketball team, that's pretty good for them, but it's always 2 halves, so they got to keep it going.
So they're up by 10. Either way, no matter what happens in this game, Glacier Peak boys, Glacier Peak girls, everyone's going to regionals next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Brian, continued success. Great job this year, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Throw it back to you guys. Again, you're watching the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime report.
Thank you, Steve. Great job. We will take a break and let you enjoy maybe the voiceover work of Keith Nealy for the Action Jackson Plumbing commercial. And I got to tell you, if you have any plumbing issues, it's just not even a question. Action Jackson's the way you want to go. And we'll be back right after this on the Snow.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
Gives us a chance again. We have to thank all the great people who helped us put on this broadcast. Awesco Septic Service. Try them out, awescoseptic.com, or call 888-488-5588. Tell them that you heard this ad on STSPN.com and you will get $50 off your next service. They offer 24-hour service, 7 days a week with over 25 years of experience.
7 days a week, 24 hours a day, did you say?
24 hours a day. You just call them or go online and they'll help you out.
How often do you get midnight septic service?
Not very often. Drew Vader. Or often at our house. We have a septic. We're all about septic at the Ahsman Messina household.
Shoreline Community College and Puget Sound Auto Dealers Association have been recognized internationally for its pioneering in finding a new way to deliver technical training for automotive repair.
That's fine.
Hey, welcome back to the Action at Jackson Plumbing halftime report. Glacier Peak is up by 10, and these guys, they're excited. Earlier, the last game, who was going to win? You didn't get that one right. Let's see if you can try this again. Who wins this game tonight? Could you guys hear them? I could. Who? They seem to think Glacier Peak's going to win the game. Let's go check with Stanwood, see what they say. Let's walk over here really quick. Stanwood, these guys think GP's winning the game. What do you say? Not as much energy over here. These guys aren't even standing, but they're excited. We'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
That's a long bus ride down from Stanwood, Scott.
Hey, they're not.
It's crazy over there right now, guys.
That's awesome. They're not used to being down by 10 and a half, are
No,
they?
stunned. And you know, I just got a look at the scoring here from the Stanwood Spartans, and I was a little shocked. I think you, looking at me, were shocked also. But it is wide open. They've spread the wealth around. I mean, if there's a positive to dig out of the Stanwood Spartans half, it's that everybody was involved. But the leading scorer is A.J. Martinka with 6 points. Quentin Borseth with 4. Cameron Plotz hit a 3. Carlton McDonald hit a 3. Chapflick has 3. And Roberson has 3. After that, you know, those guys are used to scoring 12, 14 points in a half. GP's done an outstanding job. Well, two things. One, they've done an outstanding job at defense. And the other side is I think they're just not used to shooting the 30% that they're shooting right now.
And the difference for Glacier Peak really been Justin Guffey, who again comes in on the season just under 39% from behind the arc. And then it's the newcomer. It's the new kid in town, Brendan Tatro, putting his stamp on this district tournament.
Oh, I just like the story that is Brendan Tatro. If every little kid listening to the STSPN broadcast tonight, take one thing away. Your season is not done just because you haven't played a lot of minutes, no matter what level you play at. Just look at Tatro. The guy has come in, he's made the best out of the few minutes he's had and earns them slowly, and now you're on the big stage making big things happen. It's possible if you work hard and you stick with it.
Early on, it was A.J. Martinka. He was dribble, driving, crossover, going to the rack hard. They had no answer for him. Then finally started double teaming and tried to come out hard on him, and that really is, again, the chess match. Zach Ward, a tremendous coach. Brian Hunter, obviously the history there. Brian coaching at Stanwood for 10 years before coming over to Glacier Peak when they opened the school. So interesting adjustment time.
Well, and right now I don't think you adjust a whole lot if you're Glacier Peak. You're having success from beyond the arc. You've hit 6 3-pointers already in the night. I think until that well dries up, Make Glacier Peak come out and face you out there along the 3-point line.
Steve Willits, just real quick, what's your impression? You've seen a lot of Stanwood basketball. What's going on out there?
I think GP's just hitting the threes. I mean, they hit 5 3-pointers in the second quarter. you have to stop them from getting those open looks, because Glacier Peak's a team that if they get hot outside, they can hurt you, and that's exactly what they're doing. I heard Zach Ward a little bit in the first quarter when he was huddling with his team at the end of the first, and he was upset not with the offense, but with the fact that they gave up 20 points, and then they go out and give up 19 more in the second quarter. You're not going to win this ball game if you're going to give up 79 or 80 points. You need to start playing better defense, and the offense will come.
Well, it is a shocking halftime score here. GP up by 10. We'll be back with a second half tip right after this on the Streaming Sports Network. What do they? Back here, Scott Ahsman, Keith Nealy, Steve Willits, and our executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig. It's the second half here, District 1 3A Boys Championship. And the mystery and intrigue, Keith Nealy, is it used to be, I want the 1 seed, I want the 2 seed because I'm going to get Kinko, I'm going to do this. Now you just don't know.
It's a mystery. And some people, you hear the coaches talk about it. Some people love it. Some people hate it because it really hurts your scouting. You don't know who you're going to play. You don't even know where the team that you're going to play is coming from.
As you were telling us that, we saw quite there. Roberson leans into it right under the bucket. And on the other side on that series, Martika went and from the backside told Grant Peltier not to try and drive. And now Zach Hatch with it out front. Guffey, can he pick up? He can!
12 points on 4 3 balls. That's the 7th 3 for Glacier Peak. Keep shooting.
I love it when they're hitting. McDonald drives, and he's going to draw the foul and go to the line. Oh, baby, Cameron, all 6'3".
Think that was a foul?
I think it was a little with the body.
That was the defensive end coming around the corner and meeting the running back. Point blank.
Southard is second. And again, McDonald having a nice night. He misses that loose ball, but Guffey comes up with it. Carlton, McDonald, again, the junior for the Spartans, now on GP. 6:41 in this third quarter. Guffey again, are you kidding me?
Get down! Feed the rock to that kid right there.
And Martinka drives to the hole, and they're going to call him for a offensive foul, and it's going to go GP way. Wow.
All the energy right now is going GP's way, and largely due to Justin Guffey. He's hit 2 big 3-pointers, and then after he hit that last one, didn't relax one bit, but turned tail and ran back to get the defensive charge.
And now I'm no, Dr. Jack or specialist, but don't you got to put a hand in the boy's grill? Meaning Mr. Guffey?
Well, that's exactly what Steve Willits was talking about. Until they come out and guard the 3, you're going to keep shooting them.
Brady Southard gets in some trouble, hangs on to it, 17 on the shot clock. Now Zach Hatch. Back out to Peltier. Peltier playing with 3 fouls here. To Hatch, 9 on the shot clock now, 5:59 left in the third quarter, and right off the foot of Martinka, and that resets the shot clock. Brilliant play by the GP player.
Well, right now you're just going to swing the thing around the arc.
45-33, 5:55 here in this second half, third quarter. Peltier on McDonald. Looking, now he gets a pick by Middendorf. Southern now back over to Hatch. Extending the defense are the Spartans. Borseth out. Guffey drive. Pop. Grant Peltier can't get it. Rebound. Chaplik. Smooth sailing into the glass, and now Karsten Chaplik starting to try to heat up.
He's a smooth, crafty player. You gotta realize that he's going to get his points, and he has been largely shut down through the first half of basketball here. And he is the type of kid that'll put a team on his back and he'll single-handedly get his team back in this one if you let him.
Hatch with the ball, high post, Beatty Southard, 10 on the shot clock, lead is 10. Southard, good defense, Hatch, can't get it too much. On the back iron, a flying rebound by Guffey, no call, and Brady throws it in behind the back, Roberson, what a play.
And they're still hustling after it.
Hatch still at it now, Martinka, and he gets called for palming the basketball.
Okay, I have a quick comment. You know, it's that I think it's almost unsportsmanlike, the new countdown during the game. I haven't heard that in previous years.
Now from the crowd and the
student section likes to start counting down the clock when it's not even the shot clock.
Deception, smoke and mirrors.
They'll do whatever they can to help their club. I like the new one is imitating the buzzer sound. As Grant Peltier works at McDonald, tries to get through. Brendan Tatro can't get that one. He got hot in the second quarter. Long pass to Roberson, too much off the glass. Now it's a loose ball. Brendan gets the rock and he gets it in GP hands. 4:16 left in the third, 10-point lead. That was our lead at half, Keith.
The last 2 minutes have been just a flurry of active hands and busyness out there on the floor. Nobody really establishing any kind of threat offensively. No kind of pace whatsoever. It's just been a scrum underneath.
Physical 10. Look at Brady and Roberson. That's a big matchup. Two big boys. Brady can hit from three, short. Now they get Borseth on the ground. Loose ball. And GP comes up with it. Down deep is Hatch. Oh no, look, can't get off the glass. And now they're going to get a foul as Zach was trying to do maybe a little bit too much Cirque du Soleil.
Well, and both crowds are getting into it, and not necessarily the most positive way. And
all
the
right,
referee has to make some kind of call here.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that I'm going to light off the replay system.
All righty.
It's just getting too good.
It is too good. The exclusive STSPN replay system, the turbines warming up.
Turbines or squirrels, Scott?
Hamsters and rubber bands, but don't tell anybody.
It makes a turbine sound.
3:39 in the third, 45-35. And the Stanwood Spartan fans, they're just not sure what to do. They haven't been in this situation. McDonald up top on Hatch. Drives, goes up, and they're going to call Hatch for the hand foul on the way up, and he is dismayed, to say the least.
A great matchup away from the ball when you have Justin Guffey guarding Karsten Chaplick. And I'm telling you right now, Justin Guffey is doing a number defensively just to keep with the kid.
Carlton McDonald hits that. It definitely is. They tried several people on Martinka, did Glacier Peak in the first half, switching defensively through Peltier. Guffey, same thing with Chaplick as McDonald hits those. So it's Chaplick's going to get his I don't want anybody else to beat me type philosophy. 3:17 in the third quarter, District 1 championship game, Glacier Peak, 45-37. They call Grant for a travel. He knows it.
I know there's a lot of basketball left in this one with 3:12 left here in the third. But this is a big possession for Stanwood. Right now, you've done nothing but just stay even through the main part of this third quarter. And now you've got a chance to come down and get into your half-court set and show Glacier Peak that you're going to carry something into that fourth quarter and get some of these big guys, these big guns that we're used to, the Borseths, the Robertsons, the Chaplicks involved in the half-court set. We'll see what they can come up with.
They'll take the inbound. Kelly, another 6'1 sophomore, goes on Peltier. Now back out Borseth. Looking for Roberson. Down low, double team, goes up. He's so strong.
That is strong. What a strong move.
9 on my unofficial score sheet for Scout Roberson.
It's not like Southard's a pushover.
No, 6-point lead now for Glacier Peak. 2:45 in the third. Now the Spartan fans getting restless. They see a run. Southard up top, plenty of time, and Brian Hunter wants a 30 And I want to try and go down to Steve Willits, but he doesn't know we want to go down to him. We'll do it at time. We'll go down to. We'll wait. We'll go to timeout, and then we'll come back and talk to Steve. But okay, let's go down to Steve Willits. He was in the huddle for the Stanwood Spartans. What did head coach Zach Ward have to say there, Steve? Oh.
Go ahead, Steve, if you can hear us.
Go ahead, Steve. Come on, Steve.
Here is a great matchup. This is a fun one to watch right here.
Brady takes it to Roberson. Roberson saying he was straight up, sir. Didn't move my feet at all, and Brady draws the foul.
I think the two battleships duking it out underneath is really one of the great storylines of this ball game so far. And on the last possession, you saw Robertson go right at Southard and put it up with the right hand, and then back down here on the other end. Mano-y-mano.
Southern hits that. Steve Willits.
Yeah, I was trying to listen in on the huddle a minute ago. Not a whole lot to report. Maybe the biggest storyline there is Zach Ward was just drawing up a play. Seems like he's very calm right now. Has faith that his team's doing what they need to be doing. They just need to get back in this game.
Back over to McDonald. Steve Willits, the voice of the Mountlake Terrace Hawks on the broadcast, doing a great job all week. Tell you, the Wesco Prep Sports Encyclopedia, I like to call him. McDonald. Nice little move, can't get this jumper. Rebound Zach Hatch. And that Spartan series comes up empty, Keith Nealy.
No, but they're a little more proficient in getting in that half-court offense. They're getting better looks than they have in the last couple of minutes.
Some confusion on the screen there by Southern. Grant Peltier with the ball, but you gotta ask, where in the heck is Chaplik? 5 points. They've kept him at bay. Tatro. Boom!
Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 threes for GP.
Chaplik, what a great back screen. Beautiful work without the ball. Just as I called, where is he? He hits it 7 for Karsten.
And then comes back on the defensive side and helps his team get an opportunity. He'll put it up.
And great defense turns to offense now. 49-43, a minute, 4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Big spurt of energy here for the Spartans.
I think you called him out. He has 4 points in about 25 seconds.
Guffey, he can thank me later, Keith. Guffey thought about a three. 18 on the shot clock, 47 seconds here in the third quarter. Guffey drives, goes up, they want the double, and he nails it. Guffey showing some skills.
He's got to feel a little disappointed he doesn't get 3 for that.
Roberson with a sweet stroke from the block. Roberson, 3 fouls now, but we'll see. He's hitting the jumper. He's a complete player, Keith. I love Roberson.
Yeah, big body. Likes to drift outside. If you can get him open, he's going to bury it.
14 seconds in the quarter, third quarter. Back out to Peltier. Peltier, deep Tatro 3-ball. Can't get it, too much sauce. But Tatro gets out the steal. 4 seconds, Hatch, run away. Can't get it. Fighting underneath is Brady, but he saves a Spartan possession on the offensive side. And we're going to go, as you're looking over there at the Spartan band. There you go, Steve Willits.
Hey guys, special guest over here, Isaiah Gotel from Cascade High School. He's got the shirt on either. He's even wearing one of our Player of the Game shirts. Gotel, you and your Cascade Bruins punched your ticket earlier today. You guys are going to regionals. How does that feel?
We're really happy to make regionals. It's the first time in like 9 years, so we're just happy to make a good performance out there, and we're happy when we won today.
Notice you seem to be stepping up your game lately. You were averaging 23 points per game in the tournament coming into today's game. What is it about the tournament that's making you elevate your game?
I mean, I just got to do it for my team. I was just trying to make us win, you know, and I don't really know. I guess I just really turned on a switch or something, playing a lot better, and I was happy about it.
So you're a basketball guy. Give us a prediction. What happens in the last 8 minutes here?
I think Stanwood makes a comeback, but it's a great game. They're playing great, so I don't know who will win.
Okay, so we'll let you get back to it. But again, Isaiah Gotel and his Cascade Bruins on the 4A side of things finished second place in the tournament today. They're heading to regionals. Back to you guys.
Steve Willits, the man of the people, the mayor.
He is the mayor. Encyclopedia, mayor. There's a lot of nicknames for Steve. They're all good.
He's awesome. Phenomenal district championship feature here only on STSPN as Martinka with the ball out front. Spartans on a run. Roberson back out front. Now they double. Doesn't like it. Down deep, trying to get it to Chaplick. Chaplick gets bumped in the lane by Peltier. Peltier is shaking his head because, Grant, that's your fourth foul, my friend.
And it wasn't just the bump, but there was a reach in there. Got a hand around and hit the wrist of Chaplick. And that's what the referee saw there and made the call.
And now Brian Hunter going to have to go to his bench as Grant Peltier, again, one of their defensive specialists. Did you see the bandage on his arm? He got banged up at the Marysville-Pilchuck game. And Jake Middendorf in down low. Chaplick, quick hands for Brendan Tatro.
Tatro's been a little bit of everything tonight.
I tell you, we're going to start call him the five-tool player. Not a one-trick three-ball pony is Brendan Tatro we're seeing tonight. Zach Hatch out to Middendorf. Middendorf, a senior. Brady from three, front rim. Middendorf with a rebound, but they're going to get a call.
Must have been away from the ball, and I didn't see it, Scott. That goes against Middendorf. Pushed off on the rebound.
Fifth team foul, second on Jake. Brady Southard, actually, he has been dry tonight, but he is relatively proficient, 36.8% from the three-point line. He likes to shoot from out there. Chaplick now, great. What an assist, and Roberson makes him pay. I tell you.
I got 13 points for Robertson, and that all came off the dribble drive penetration, or almost fake penetration, from Karsten Chaplick.
And he threaded the needle on a great pass. Guffey almost gets that one away from him. And now Brady, corner, Tatro, Zach, nobody there. This one's off. Flying in as Guffey can't get it. Borseth now to Roberson. And here come the Spartans, 51-47. Martinka drives, and they're going to call an offensive, his second tonight, Keith Nealy.
Well, he went in, lowered his shoulder, tried to get the bump. It's a very easy call.
I guess there was no foul. He actually stepped on the line.
I'd have called it anyway.
My bad.
I'd have called it anyway.
A prolific slasher, though, is A.J. Martinka. Outstanding length. He's only a sophomore. He's going to be fantastic. Already is. Now they come in with some pressure. 6:22 left in this championship ball game. Southern deep. Tatro can't get that one. Brady goes up high, hacks Martinka. Martinka coming the other way, 1-on-3. He doesn't mind. He likes it. Stumps, bumps. Goes up, nobody there. And who's there to pick up the pieces right off the glasses? Bryson Kelly, the sophomore. And all of a sudden, 51-49. And Brian Hunter does not like what he sees, and he calls a timeout with 5:56 as this one 10-point lead now getting tight, Keith.
Well, very cliche, but you live by the three, you die by the three. In the first half, it's been pretty much lighting on fire, especially Justin Guffey, who has hit 5 3-pointers. Tatro has 3. Zach Hatch put in 1. But then, give or take 5 minutes of play, it's gone very, very quiet from beyond the Glacier Peak arc.
We'll see what Brian Hunter can draw up. Now, he's used his bench more this year than he has almost probably in the previous 7 years at Glacier Peak since the school opened. So he's got some players now that are used to playing, but the 4 fouls on Grant Peltier is a challenge for Glacier Peak, because he is really their defensive special, their general, the senior. He's kind of run the offense and also leadership on D.
Well, and it takes the handcuffs off those big guys from Stanwood. Karsten Chaplik now suddenly starting to get involved in the offense. We've already talked about how Roberson can affect the ball game down low, and those guys now showing a little bit more might than they did in that first half.
It's always a game of runs, and it's how you weather the storm and how you come out. Glacier Peak comes out of that timeout with 5:53. They lay off the press now.
And they're going back into a zone defense.
And they're going to make Glacier Peak shoot them out of that zone.
No, they're going back man-to-man.
Now here we go. Guffey turns, can't find anybody, goes way out top. 7 on the shot clock now for Zach Hatch. Tries to make a move, makes some space, that's off. Big rebound by Borseth, and now empty offense so far the last few times for GP.
That was a very tough shot, very quick off his feet, didn't quite get them squared around, and it looked off right from the release.
Oh, and Chaplik with a little dribble drive crossover of his own, and the nifty magician.
He's crafty.
He hit his ball in the corner of his pocket there and then revealed it as it went up to the rack. Great player.
Karsten Chaplik seems almost an undersized forward and an oversized guard, but he means so much to this Stanwood team as he hits that first free throw. It's going to go through him, win or lose.
Brendan Tatro picked up that foul, his first. Glacier Peak's 6th team foul, though, Keith. Karsten.
Chaplik 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
Now the press. And Stanwood Spartan student section starting to get excited as another turnover cross court, and Middendorf can't get it. And another turnover.
GP needs a bucket. Any way they can get one, whether it's from the 3 or not, they're going to have to get a score here and just calm their own nerves.
It has gone dry. They got Guffey, Tatro, Peltier's back in with 4 fouls for Glacier Peak. Zach Hatch and Brady Southard. Kelly fakes, now he looks, now he goes up to Chaplik. 26, plenty of time on the shot clock, 4:54 left in the ball game. Martinka sets it up, now he goes off right. Chaplik stops the jumper, and that is just silky.
Like butter.
Silky smooth. Chaplik now feeling it. 15 on my unofficial scorebook for Karsten Chaplik, the buzzer beater.
Chaplik is going to make things happen, especially when he's got this crowd behind him. They've got some momentum. He'll hit shots like that all night.
And Stanwood, their first lead here in a long time, 53-51. Glacier Peak up by 10 at half. Peltier drives in, can't get it to roll. And they're going to call a defensive or a foul on Glacier Peak. And if it's on Grant Peltier, he is retired for the evening.
Brady Sutherland is in there mixing it up also. And I think that's who the foul will go on for his 3rd personal.
So all of a sudden, that's his 4th, yeah. The wheels coming off the proverbial bus here for the Grizzlies.
As long as the wheels can come off, but you're going to have to hold on to both axles through 4 minutes of play.
And now the bonus, so that'll send Roberson to the line. And that one too strong, but Borseth there for the rebound. He gets the handle, and the Littles are bothering Borseth, and they're going to finally get the foul, and now they got to blow the whistle.
And now a little communal talk along the baseline as Chaplik, after the whistle, went in to make a statement. And equally making a statement was Brady Southard, swatting that into the flower garden along the baseline.
And Borseth will head to the line. The foul is on Guffey, his 2nd. But again, fundamental basketball, always the signature as he hits that of a Zach Ward team. They typically shoot very well from the line. Borseth playing a good game tonight. Again, just a baby, a sophomore, 6'2", rebound, and they're going to get Roberson for the foul, and that's 4 on Roberson on my sheet.
And that is 4.
With 4:02.
You mentioned the Spartans, a good free throw shooting team. They're 8 for 16, 50%.
It's not great
so far tonight, and that's really helping Glacier Peak stay in this ball game. We've seen free throws be so monumental through this tournament.
Speaking of the mid-range jumper lost art, so is free throw shooting. Glacier Peak for the season, 61% from the stripe. Guffey now right side, drives baseline, goes up high. Can't get the roll, but he gets Borseth.
Borseth, instead of just playing straight baseline defense there and stopping the dribble drive before it occurred, tried to time his leap for the block.
Guffey put a little extra mustard on that as he went up to the rim, shooting 2. Outstanding night for Justin Guffey as he hits that one.
I've got him for 18.
Me too.
Only the 4th free throw attempt for GP tonight.
Wow. 4 team fouls. Can't hit that, and Chaplik skies for the rebound. 2-point lead for Stanwood. Zach Ward out there. And there's Roberson bouncing off the rim.
Borseth! What a putback. What control.
I got you, big fella. That's what Borseth says. I got you.
And they caught eyes. They connected with eyes as the timeout was being called.
56-52. We'll step away. You're watching the District 1 Championship Boys Basketball on the streaming sports network.
Hey guys, special guest with me right now. Bill Lively is with me, the head coach at Eastside Catholic, team that's had a heck of a run this year. Bill, first of all, how did your tournament go for you? Where did you guys finish?
We finished 5th in the Sea King District Tournament. Really exciting tournament over at Bellevue College, and this one's going great too. This is a fun atmosphere.
So essentially, even though we don't know the draws yet, finishing in 5th, you know there's a good chance you might get a number 1 seed from one of the districts. Potentially, you're scouting right now.
Absolutely. This is great basketball, but we're up here to take a look at both of these teams. This is a great game, and both of these guys would be great opponents.
I'm going to throw it back to you guys. I'm going to come back to Bill, though, as soon as we get another timeout. We've got some more questions for him.
Outstanding work, Steve Willits.
Steve Willits for class president.
I'm voting. I'm in. Brendan Tatro now drawing the defensive attention of Roberson. Zach Hatch cannot get a bucket. They have gone dry from the 3 here in the 4th quarter and the later minutes of the 3rd. It's going to be Stanwood basketball.
They've been able to get to the free throw line twice tonight, so it's not likely going to come through the interior. Going to have to start hitting some buckets.
2:54 left. Martinka gets it across the timeline. Now they double off the, and they're going to say it's Spartan basketball off of Brady. Brady contesting his argument. You see right in front of our position.
Everybody with an opinion.
I get yelling. I can hear that outside my headset. Everybody's passionate. That's what's so awesome. Chaplik, dribble drive, cross. Now kicks it. Back out. Martinka, top of the circle. Looks over. Deep Borseth. They spin. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chaplik. 3.
Down it goes.
And the sleeping giant
awakes.
Has
sure
woken.
Does.
59-52. Stanwood now with their biggest lead.
You got to get a bucket here if you're Glacier Peak.
Hatch. Bingo!
2 threes, 50. I got him for 14 points, Zach Hatch.
I got 16.
Well, you're better than I am.
No, we'll have to cross-reference with somebody who's really been paying attention. And we'll go right back up to Steve Willits.
And hey, back with Bill Nealy again, the head coach at Eastside Catholic. Got done playing a tournament that was Kingco and Metro. You've seen a lot of those teams. You used to coach at Shorecrest, so you know Wesco. Compare the leagues really quick for me.
Well, the Kingco for sure, a ton like the Wesco. You have a lot of teams who love to execute. It's execution-style basketball. The Metro is a lot of up-tempo basketball, pressing and a lot of ball pressure. And the two styles, when they get together, it's really fun to watch to see how the teams who really want to execute, how they can handle the pressure. And that's going to be fun, and it's always fun to see that once you get to the state tournament.
So could see a lot of fun in regionals. Hey, by the way, you're also a former head coach at Kings High School. Have you had a chance to talk to those guys since the bus accident?
Yes, everyone was really concerned. I was really concerned. A lot of those kids played for me and played in the program when I was running it, and I checked on them right away. Everyone in that community means a lot to me, and we were really praying for those guys, and I'm happy they're going to be back to make the run.
Question, Matrice Thibault. Explain for you, how much fun is it to coach a player like
that? Ball goes in the basket quite a bit. He's a great player.
There we go. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Steve Willits. Tell you, nobody brings the coverage like STSPN. Chaplik on a runaway, and he finishes with a layup. And Chaplik is on fire.
Runaway train only had 3 points in the first half. And I've got him for 17 now in the game.
143, another errant shot there, and now here comes Spartan Chaplik again up against Guffey. He's going to make him earn it that time. As the high-flying Guffey and Chaplik fly through, and they'll get Guffey for the foul.
Not a lot of people can keep up with Karsten Chaplik. Guffey gave it a go and did very well in the first half. I mentioned that matchup early on. But right now, Karsten Chaplik springing loose for a couple of easy ones.
Justin the Hitman Guffey, he's a special athlete. Karsten hits that, and now they're starting to wield their will here on Glacier Peak. Chaplik
4 for 5 from the free throw line today. Again, only 3 points in the first half.
Hits that. I think that's the 20 mark, is it not?
I've got him for 19.
19, okay. I gave him a little bit more credit. It's okay. Peltier, 1:33 left. Glacier Peak goes up. He gets denied. Back up. And Brady tries to go up, but he draws the foul, and Martinka doesn't like it. Boy, Peltier took it hard to the rim. Great defense. Brady there for the pickup.
It's been smothering since midway through the third quarter, and there really has been no Glacier Peak answer. Once the Spartans realized they could pack it in, they put all their bodies in the paint, and they're just asking for Glacier Peak to hit those outside shots. They just come up dry.
Stanwood firmly with the rally caps on when they were down 10. Brady hits that. That's his season average, 50%, so he did 1 for 2 there. And now the pressure. And they break it. Borseth into the front court. Now Chaplik. Little four corners. Get it back. Martinka. Back out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 20. 1 minute, 9 seconds left in this championship game. And finally there's a foul on Guffey as he pats Martinka on the back.
4-possession game right now. You're going to have to throw your body around, light your hair on fire just a little bit, Scott, if you're going to think you're going to get back in this ball game at all. You put a very good free throw shooter on the line right now who's 3 for 4 tonight.
And Spartans with a lead, and they have fouls to give as Martinka hits that.
Puts him into double digits with 10 points.
A.J. Martinka, he'll be back for more next year. Can't hit that. Brady Southard with the rebound again. Good news for both these teams, fans, and schools as they're moving on regardless. Zach almost gets it picked off. Deep down Tatro. Cross court. Guffey drives on Chaplik, and they're going to get Chaplik as Necks were flapping.
Well, right there, you tried to get the drive in order to get the three. You had two guys hanging out there around the arc.
And we said they got fouls to give. Now 50.7 seconds. Stay tuned for a player of the game with Steve Willits. See Keith, Nealy, see who you think here for player of the games. Hatch for three. Not gonna get it. Brady a rebound, back out to Hatch. They reload. Guffey, 40 seconds. Got it. Now the lead is 5. For Stanwood, a quick timeout, 35.6 seconds left. What are you drawing up, Coach Nealy?
Well, you're going to have to foul early or try and do it in a way where you're attacking the basketball to try to get the steal. So be a little bit overly aggressive on the inbound play. Of course, you're going to be in full court pressure. But maybe take a little bit of an arm, take a little bit of a body with it if you can, but you're going to have to get the steal. You got to get 2 possessions out of this right now, down 5.
Any replays? I get a blank stare back. Okay, that'll be no. But so anyway, 35.6 left to go in this ball game. Well, we have our free throw percentage. We're 4 for 4 here on STSPN today, aren't we? This is our 4th game of the day, 3rd game.
4th game of the day.
Game.
And all of them have been incredible ball games.
They have. This one, outstanding, 64-59. Stanwood Spartans trying to hang on for this championship, district championship. Were denied last year. Didn't go their way. Trying to get cutting down the net. Zach Ward and the gang.
Sometimes that loss in the districts will just fuel you throughout an off season and into the regular season of the next year. That does not taste good, especially in the way it happened at the very end. Stanwood falling last year.
Who do you want for player of the game as we get going, Keith?
Boy, right now I think you got to go with Karsten Chaplik.
He's a constant. He's a Chaplik there now taking control. They got it in. Borseth got it into him, and Chaplik says, let me go to work.
Scout Robertson pretty much put on his hard hat and kept them in it along with A.J. Martinka early on until they could kind of unreel Karsten Chaplik and give him enough leash to do what he does.
And Grant Peltier is going to foul out, but a great effort as always by all these kids. Grant Peltier, the senior, again working his way up through the Grizzlies system. Swung back and forth JV, a valiant effort tonight. He fouls out with 32.7 seconds as Chaplik cold-blooded from the line.
6 for 7 from the line. Not the guy you want at the stripe if you're trying to claw your way back into a ball game.
Roberson is the next closest on my book as far as scoring for Spartans. He misses that. Here comes Guffey. Flies out. Brendan Tetro, he cannot. Too hot to handle as he got the feed down low and it goes back. Not a turnover. Glacier Peak wanted to happen there, Keith.
Still down 6. You need possessions, and that was a big one. You need a deuce and a triple.
Trying to deny a great steal. Guppy! Got it! Guppy!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 3-pointers.
But Brady Southern, Broadway Brady with the steal of the day.
It's a 3-point game, 1 possession with 18.2.
Borseth trying to get in again. Now he travels. Now they're going to call an off-ball foul as the new player, Seaver Southern, number 5, is in for Grant Peltier, the younger brother of Brady.
And that's not what you wanted to have happen. You need to at least have the ball inbounded. You got to get the inbound or make the Spartans throw the inbound pass in.
18.2 seconds. Time also a factor as now the referees want to converse about who's going where. Zach Ward cheering on Chaplik. So there's been some debate here in the background of our player of the game, Keith.
And that debate is?
Chaplik, I guess, has 20. Who has? I have Roberson for 15.
That's what I have, yep.
Okay. And now you hear the Glacier Peak fans, but Chaplik has the earmuffs on, doesn't bother him.
He's been there before. He knows what this is like.
Now
Beautiful
putting it out of
stroke.
stretch, 67-62. Quick work for GP. Hatch, 15 seconds left to go. Now they come out on him. Brady Southard with the 3 ball, making it interesting, 7.2 seconds. Get it inbound, try to foul. Seaver Southard fouls Chaplik again as he claps his hand to the Stanwood students.
2-point ball game, 5 even. That's the seconds remaining in this contest.
You cannot say the Grizzlies have given up.
Heck no, not even close. Now they have run into a bit of a spell of bad shooting, and that's really what allowed the Spartans to pick it up. That and both Karsten Chaplik and Scout Roberson, who had 3 points apiece at the half, have just come on court.
And you got to attribute some of that also to they stepped up the defense. Spartans, and Chaplik misses the front end, giving a little life to the whiteout GP crowd.
And now Zach Ward is going to put all his remaining players except the shooter behind the timeline.
Trying to make it a 3-point lead with 5 seconds left. And he does. 68-65, inbound, 3 seconds, 2, Hatch. Gets him, the runner right-hander, no good, and that'll do it. As Stanwood Spartans are victorious here, 68-65 over Glacier Peak and their District 1 3A Boys Championship tonight.
4 games and 4 come down to the final shot, final 5, 10, 12 seconds of basketball. Could you have come into the gym today at 2 p.m. and looked down these brackets and thought it would have been drawn up any better than the contest that we've had in the final tonight, just as good as any of them?
No matter what you paid to get in, you got your money's worth. And if you're watching on STSPN, it's even a better deal. We want to thank you. We're going to go down to Steve Willits, and I think we're going with Chaplik, correct?
20 points in the second half. I've got him finishing actually with 24 points. I don't know what you've got him for.
Yep, because of those 2 free throws. The 6'4 senior, again, tough loss. Glacier Peak had him on the ropes, up by 10 at halftime and into the third quarter, and the Spartans just slowly crept up, took a lead with 4:23 left to go in the ball game at 53-51, Keith, and then they just put the hammer down and the well-run drive for Glacier Peak.
And that's really it. 2 things I think you can attribute to the way this ball game ended tonight with the Stanwood Spartans, your district champions. 1, Glacier Peak finally ran out of pixie dust from beyond the arc. They hit a couple of balls late in that one to keep them close, but had a dry spell there that really was just too long. Glacier Peak was not able to get the 1 or 2 baskets they needed to just keep themselves in control of the contest. And the other side of it, two names, Karsten Chaplik, Scout Robertson. Both had 3 points each at the end of the first half. Chaplik ends with 21. Robertson ends with 15.
Chaplik, Roberson, you can keep me down, but I'm going to come up sooner or later.
But not out.
And they're looking at, speaking of Chaplik, he's going to take the honors, the first to cut down the net. It's a great honor for that young man. As let's go down to Steve Willits.
Hey guys, Karsten Chaplik is the first one to cut down part of the net. We're going to greet him over here in just a second, as he's our player of the game. Scout Roberson, one of the other seniors, going up right now.
And I tell you, player of the game.
Karsten's making his way over to us. He's got admirers everywhere. There's cameras snapping and everything. Karsten, first of all, we were going to do everything in our power to give the player of the game to somebody else tonight because we just gave it to you. But you know what? When you go out and score 21 points in the second half, 15 in the fourth quarter, you make that difficult. What was the deal? What happened in that second half for you?
I was just doing my best to get the team win, you know. It's a crazy feeling cutting down those nets, and I wanted everybody on the team to experience that.
We talked about this a couple days ago. Last year you had to watch Shorecrest cut them down. You lost that game. Extra motivation tonight?
Yeah, it was a terrible feeling watching the other team cut down the nets, and I wanted everybody to experience that, so I did my best to get the win.
Now you trailed by 10 at the half. What adjustments did you make at the half coming in for the third quarter?
Well, we knew they were shooting the ball great, and it was going to be tough for them to shoot like that again, so we just kept contesting shots, and we were able to get some of those on breakaways and get some lay-ins.
Saw you talking to Coach Hunter on the way off the court. What did you say to Coach Hunter?
Oh, we were just talking about how we'd known each other for a while, and we were saying great game to each other.
Nice thing is, you're going to the regionals, so's Coach Hunter. It's got to be special for all of you.
Yeah, regionals a fun place. You know, it's a really big game. The winner goes on and the loser's out, so it's going to be a game.
Well, the radio guys over here are waiting for you, so I'm going to get a quick picture with you really quick. Have you hold that again. You're becoming a pro at this now, right? So we got you looking at that way. Todd Elvick's got the picture. Enjoy that shirt. Hey, best of luck to you guys in regionals. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gonna keep it here for just a second, guys. We might get another interview here in a minute. See if we can maybe get Scout Roberson over here for a minute. Hey, Scout, can we get you over here?
I want to know what happened to the beard. Come on, beard and flannel.
Got one of the other
hipster.
seniors, Scout Roberson, joining us right now. And Scout, what's this like to win this your senior year?
Oh, it's awesome. It's amazing. I don't know. We've never won this before, or I haven't won this before, so it feels awesome.
Your brother won it 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, he did.
So is that extra motivation for you? Has he been telling you about it?
Yeah, he has. It's awesome.
So what has this whole experience been like this year? Again, you lost a couple of key seniors last year. You guys come back. Nobody's really sure what to expect of you. Only 3 seniors on the entire roster. You're one of them. Has to be a special place right now.
Yeah, it's really special. It's fun for everybody.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back with your teammates. Congratulations. Good luck to you guys in regionals. Back to you guys.
The final here, 68-65. Stanwood donned the champions as Glacier Peak will head to the regional. Again, the mystery regional, we call it. Which door? Door number 4, number 5? What's your pick, Nealy?
Do you think any of them care at this point in time?
No, they don't care.
I think they're just coming out. They realize that toward the end of the week they're going to be playing some basketball. And they don't care what gym it's in. They're just glad to be exactly there. The state tournament, the regional tournament. A lot of talk going into the pool of 16, the pool of 8. The Tacoma Dome 4 years ago being shrunk down to 8 and what that meant to a lot of these teams. But I think over the course of 4 or 5 years, maybe that has ebbed a little bit, and kids are just talking about being happy to get to that next stage, whatever they call it.
And back down to Steve Willits with some more happy Spartans.
Got a few more guests, guys. First of all, AJ Martinka, the sophomore, coming through big all season long, really. And AJ, you played on this team last year as a freshman, but really had to step up your role this year as a sophomore. What's the whole year been like, and what does this feel like tonight?
It's been awesome. You know, last year we weren't able to do it quite, and then this year we were able to go get it, and it's awesome. It's so much better. It's an amazing feeling. It's really fun.
You guys are down by 10 at the half. Any doubts in your mind that you could come back?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I wasn't even phased at all. I mean, our whole team was, and we knew that we were going to come back. We knew that we were the better team, and it showed at the end.
A lot of folks were doubting you guys going into the year, thought you guys might be too young and maybe you were another year away or so. To win it knowing that, what does this whole thing feel like?
You know, I think we have great team chemistry, and it doesn't matter how old we are or not. We all know each other super well, and we come out here and we just play, and we really like, and we just, we really produce, I think.
Okay, AJ, I'll let you go. Hey, congratulations. Best of luck to you in regionals.
Thank you.
You guys excited about this?
Oh, yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time.
What's it like to be a Stanwood Spartan right now?
It feels like I'm floating on a cloud.
Floating on that can't get much better than that, right? I mean, what can you say? Olsen, what about you? How does this feeling?
It's the greatest feeling ever. Never get better than this.
So we got guys floating on clouds. Greatest feeling ever. They're district champs. Should we go over here and get Zach Ward real quick?
Yeah, see if Zach's
about to cut down the
you
final
don't want to bother
string
him.
of the net. We'll wait till he's done there.
He's toweling off.
And then we're going to get him.
I gave you 2 interviews last week.
That's
You're
right. He
live
loves
right now. You're on for number 3.
Wow, this is pretty cool.
Much better than losing to Shorecrest last year, right?
Well, yeah, it is much better. It is much better. Glacier Peak, they were something else, man. I knew Brian would bring it. He did. I told the other guys, that's one of my best friends in life and in coaching, and that makes it harder. I know what he's going through right now, but I guarantee we'll be on the phone talking tomorrow. I'm just enjoying these kids right now and what they've done this year. It's so special.
What did you tell them at halftime with a 10-point deficit?
That we need to be better on the boards and make some shots.
What more can you ask for, right?
Hey.
Plain and simple. Now he's going to go up and cut down the final string of the net.
There he
Crowd's
goes.
going nuts. Zach Ward about to take the net here for 2015.
Congratulations to the Spartan Nation. As Zach Ward, again, great guy, always been friendly with us, always good. Zach raises it, and you like good things happen to good people. Zach Ward again talking about his great long-time friendship with Brian Hunter as they attack the big, lovable fellow over there, Keith.
Well, we know how the brackets shake up. Of course, Glacier Peak and Stanwood both moving on to regionals in the early matchup, 49-46. Marysville Pilchuck over Arlington, that's your third spot in the 3A boys bracket. Of course, in the girls bracket, Arlington outlasting Edmonds Woodway 57-52 to take the final spot. And then right before this game, Linwood out-dueling Glacier Peak 47-42. So Arlington, Linwood, and Glacier Peak, your girls representatives in the regionals from Wesco.
Well, Glacier Peak, nothing to hold their head down about. They gave Spartans a heck of a ball game again, just ran out of bullets there. And again, it's a great Spartans team. And Chaplik and Roberson kind of started to take over. But
how about Justin Guffey?
Oh, phenomenal. He is a freak athlete. Justin Hitman, I can't wait to see him on the court. I love seeing him on the gridiron. The guy's flying everywhere.
7 3 balls on the night for Justin Guffey, 24 points.
And they have spread the wealth of 3-lovin' all along this year. And we'll go last words here. Steve Willits, it's been a heck of a day. 4 ball games. The encyclopedia, the man of the people here at Wesco Prep Sports.
The mayor.
What's your thoughts? The mayor, Steve Willits. I'm voting for him.
My thoughts are we had 4 outstanding games today. Started to question this one for a little bit. 10-point lead for Glacier Peak at halftime, and I thought maybe we finally are going to have a game that's not going to have an exciting fourth quarter. And then it looked like it swung the other way before Glacier Peak starts raining threes there at the end. And what more could you ask for? You're doing 4 games, 2 of which determine who gets to regionals. The other 2 are championship games, all coming right down to the end.
And I'm going to ask Keith Nealy, what are the chances of Wesco? We'll start with girls. They've been the publicized high top in the state rankings. What's your shot of getting a state title here at Wesco?
Well, I think that it'll go through Linwood. I think they showed tonight that they're the better team. Not that Glacier Peak can't hold them. I'd see either one of those teams. I think you're going to see in the semifinal matchup. Which one of them gets to the final, that remains to be seen. But I think you're going to see at least 2 teams in the Wesco represented in the semifinal matchups out of the girls' games.
And my vote is on the boys' side. If a Wesco team doesn't get Rainier Beach, we might have a shot. Or one of those highfalutin Kinko three teams.
We talked to Bill Liley, and the scary thing is that his team finished 5th in their tournament. They're ranked 6th in the state right now. They're poised to maybe get a number 1 seeded team out of one of the regions. So there's a chance that Stanwood could draw, or maybe even Glacier Peak, Eastside Catholic. Glacier Peak played Eastside Catholic already this year. It didn't go very well.
That was ugly. Hey, Steve Willits, add another title, the Prognosticator. Not quite like David Kruger to his left, but anyway, for Keith Nealy, Steve Willits, the 5-tool player, Todd Elvig, I want to thank him for and KRKO 1380, tremendous week, simulcast, Tom Lafferty, Mark Ogg, everybody over there, 1380, great partnership, Everett Herald, KRKO. I tell you, it is a cool thing what's happening on the north end of the city. Nobody is collaborating for prep coverage like all these organizations, and the Sound Live Sports Network as well.
Takes a village.
It does take a village.
And 5 tools, evidently. I still don't know what the 5 tools are. I'll have to get that answer at some point.
Yeah, well, we'll tell you. That's a secret sauce. Anyway, Scott Ahsman saying so long. It's been a doozy. We'll see you. I can't wait till the doors open to see who we get to play at regionals.
We'll know by the end of the weekend. It should be fun.
All right, take care. Have a great night.